Different Truths, short story by JameliaAlicia. It took different versions of me to realize that what happened to me on that day cannot be forgotten. I survived what I endured, and I came out with questions about my truths. Replaced and questioned, I never lost sight of what was guiding me. My friends were my friends, and we all knew as adults if this was the right thing. This retreat will not be like any other trip. A collection of flowers was arranged on the ground like a puzzle, leading to a secret passage. When looking deeply into it, it will not reveal where the trail is leading to. Instead, it reminds us of a picture being too large to crop down. The more I crop down the image, the more I realize I can no longer see the picture of flowers. What does this say for me? Maybe I need to focus on looking inward at myself. Stop, just said by Melanie. "What is this you are showing me?" said Melanie. "Nothing. Can you solve this?" said Melanie's friend Sophie. "Nope, it's a puzzle because you can only see the flowers," said Melanie. "Yes, and what do you think you need to do?" said Sophie. "Use my brain. Solve it," said Melanie. "Be specific. I want a detailed answer," said Sophie. "It is asking me to look inward at the picture and look for clues for the flower arrangements, the hidden meaning behind the flowers." Melanie knew the answer already, but she wondered if all this problem-solving simply to go to Bali? Was it needed? "I just want to go on holiday." Melanie was the one to complain, but Sophie was digging into Melanie, being strangely annoying. She took her help with kindness and brushed this feeling away. Although at times it made her question the friendship she was in, she took it with a little pinch of salt, knowing that a true friend is always there for you. Melanie knew that friendship would fade over time, if not pruned and not taken care of. She knew the outcome of this if not looked into. The fear of the unknown was prominent, constantly, and often she started to believe the illusions around her. The illusions of fake hurt and shadows of the past latched onto her like a leech, too deadly to remove. She understood at the time that she needed to remove it to recover, and the price could mean death. Everything that happened in Bali was planned to stay there, and yet Melanie knew the things she found there would never just stay in her soul. It needed to be told. Just imagine going on a retreat and believing the prophecies and oracles delivered to you. Melanie did not fall for it, or she thought she would. The day after her friend showed her the picture, things started to happen. Things happened. Melanie had a vision of fire and a woman delivering a prophecy that Melanie will encounter death through the rebirth of a soul. She was so afraid, and the only option was to turn to her mom. Her mom warned her about these things. She needed to be smart, and she needed to know what she was doing. Melanie's friends are Lucas, Bethany, Sarah, and Sophie, all of whom came on the retreat thinking it would be fun. Not until they were given cards bearing different oracles, wishes, and prophecies. Lucas was given an angel card. Bethany was given a sword card. Sarah, a deck of cards. Sophie, death. And lastly, Melanie, an image of flowers arranged on the ground. Had it even occurred to you that Melanie already understood that the card she was given early on? Sophie told her to look at it. She did, and concluded that she needed to look inward at the picture and look for clues for the flower arrangements, the hidden meaning behind the flowers. Melanie had no idea what was in store for her, but over the past couple of weeks at the retreat, everything changed. Her friends started to have a fortune, except for her. She had misfortune. Melanie's misfortune came when she felt her soul was not her own, copied and taken away from her. Melanie called this silent death, as she was not aware of this transformation. She went back to the same lady in Bali who had done this, and the lady said she lied and made up excuses to cover her tracks. She called Melanie mad and crazy, and she knew this lady was a complete fraud. As this lady went by the name Giselle, she was a fraudster, and no one knew. However, Melanie had a plan. She wanted to trap Giselle in her place. Her place. Over the past couple of days and weeks, Melanie's friends came up with an idea. They recorded the sessions and decided to report this to the police. Although reporting to the police will not make any difference. Before this even happened, Sophie died unexpectedly, and that's when the tables were turned. It was reported she was found next door to the hotel, and the police suspected her drink had been spiked.
Others found out it was an unexpected death. Melanie was weakened by this, as that was her friend. She will not stop until her dead friend Sophie has justice. She will not be left to rot in Bali. Never for nobody. Lucas, on the other hand, encountered an archangel in one of his dreams. He described it as spiritual, ascending from the earthly realms into the heavenly dome of fortune. He awoke with wonders and forgot about it the next day. When questioned by Melanie, his friend, he wanted answers and reasons why this all came true. For Giselle to predict this, it must mean she knew. Giselle believed in foresight and understood that whoever saw into the future was opening doors of wisdom to the earthly plane. Maybe for Melanie, this was a form of foresight, as she knew something was off. Melanie knew in her soul and heart that everything happening around her was the truth. She was the oracle, seeing everything around her happen and occur. One truth was mentioned that day. You are not happy, and you are seeing everything around you change. The tree of wisdom is guiding you. Melanie was a genius, an ambiguous oracle delivered by no god or prophecy that came through Melanie's mind, a chosen one. Delivered. Case closed. Melanie was one of the clients at the Bali retreat who was open to fraudsters, and a brave one and an open mind who saw what nobody did see. Truth in fraud. Truth in telling and not lying your way in. "How did you know this was the truth?" said the detective. "I saw wisdom in the truth and knowledge that my friends will not be silenced. Their voices will not be dimmed and quieted by a world that specializes in misfortune. That's when I knew this case belonged in my job as an MI7 agent. Nobody will know what will happen in Bali, as we will ensure the country is protected and whoever works there is not a fraudster to the system and tourists."